Wordlist2. Insect. If your child becomes interested in insects, encourage her to focus on a particular insect. Lyric. These are the lyrics that Elton John used in his own performances of the Lion King pieces. Thrift. Thrift is a kind of virtue. Errand. Mr. Smith sent Mary on an errand into town. Proficiency. Nick's proficiency with computers is well known. Base. Toil. Ratify. Everyone in the city has known that the government has ratified those treaties. Abort. Sentiment. The anti-immigrant sentiments. There is no place for sentiment in business. Gear. Clothes, music, and movies are all geared for their specific market. Escalate. They said they didn't want to escalate the war. Ration. Eggs are on ration during the war. Debris. As the sliding ice and snow melted, it touched off devastating torrents of mud and debris which destroyed all life in their path. Literacy. Rectify. Casino. Overhead. Overhead. The large overhead reduced the company's profits. Etiquette. Etiquette plays an important role in some occasions. Frequent. The doctor recommended frequent salt baths to help the wound heal. Malice. Her eyes are full of malice. Abreast. The path was so narrow that only 2 persons could walk abreast. Rattle. Robin rattled off the names of the people who were coming to the party. Destiny. Destiny willed it so. Cellar. I saw a wine cellar downstairs. Gigantic. The whole job was a gigantic bungle. Classical. I find classical concerts more to my liking than rock concerts. Reclaim. I have to reclaim my property from you. Orientation. The leader was unsatisfied with the commercial orientation of the organization. Malignant. Emily developed a malignant tumor in her breast. Huddle. The refugees huddled on the floor. We lay huddled together for warmth. Hasty. They drew a hasty conclusion. Cancer. Freda died of lung cancer. Breed. Some animals only breed at certain times of the year. Finance. Finance. The building project will be financed by the government. Cauliflower. Cauliflower stands out among the cancer-fighting vegetables. Imaginative. Establish. The evidence clearly established their guilt. Reconcile. Fracture. His wrist has fractured. Enthusiastic. Fanny was not so enthusiastic as her sister. Priority. Safety is always the priority of drivers. Nutrition. Nutrition and exercise are essential to health. A nutrition expert. Contest. Contest. Students contested his point. Deviate. Pamphlet. Discriminate. Many companies still discriminate against the fair sex. Rivalry. There is a certain amount of friendly rivalry between the 2 teams. Competence. We doubted his competence as a teacher. Barricade. The fans were kept back behind barricades. Glamour. Susan added a touch of glamour by wearing a beautiful dress. Nourish. The professor has long nourished the dream of returning to his motherland. Cunning. Her eyes are twinkling with cunning enjoyment. Stab. Accumulate. Huge snowdrifts had been accumulated on the airport's runways. Armor. Slip. Molly knew she could not afford to make a single slip. He woke to find that his quilt had slipped off the bed. Enlighten. The past should enlighten us in the future. Idiom. In Hollywood, white stars are adopting black idioms and dress styles. Progressive. The progressive increase in population. Booth. Appendix. The endangered species are listed under Appendix 1. Corrode. Metal, like iron, corrodes easily. Groove. O. Jim owed his success to the support of his parents. Complaint. My job is killing me. Who among us hasn't issued that complaint at least once? Stability. Stabilize. Something should be done to stabilize the new regime. Propaganda. A propaganda film. Flare. They flared up and the dispute ended in a fight. Stable. Charles was clearly not a very stable person. Innumerable. That trail has vanished, leaving innumerable unanswered questions. Justify. To justify this claim, the arguer provides a lot of evidence. Foam. The water bubbled and foamed. Compose. The boy wondered how the little thing was composed of 3 rosebuds. Lynn took several deep breaths to compose herself. Psychiatrist. Intellectual. It's an organization of writers, artists, and intellectuals who come together to discuss their ideas. Objection. Some people have an objection to tea. Costume. Reaction. There is a reaction against globalization in some regions. Presume. I presume that you'll be able to uncover some new clues with this method. Hurricane. The hurricane will fall on the small island in the coming 24 hours. Entail. What exactly does this job entail? Referee. His headmaster agreed to act as his referee. Dodge. Linda crossed the road, dodging the traffic skillfully. Foremost. They are the 2 foremost literary critics in the United States. Stack. Dishes are stacked up in the drying rack. Circus. They make the circus lively and cause the audience to laugh. Disguise. The players cannot disguise their disappointment of losing the match. Stagger. Ben was seen to stagger and then fall over into the snow. Jim and his wife stagger their work hours so one of them can be at home with the kids. Recognize. Alexander tried to get his work recognized by the medical profession. Staircase. Embody. Paintings and music can vividly embody the spirits and character of a society.